Are you trying to cast a spell on me?
No, I'm trying to fast forward time so that we can be in the theater already seeing Wicked for good.
Okay. Well, our show is in a little over an hour, so once we finish recording this thrillifying episode, we can go.
Thank goodness!
Welcome to Talk Cozy to Me, the podcast where we talk about things that are cozy. I'm one of your hosts, Dylan Cashbaugh.
And I'm Keetin Markey, and on today's episode, we are doing a cozy review, but not just for one thing. It is a wicked cozy review. We're going to be talking all things Oz, starting off with The Wizard of Oz, Wicked Part 1, finishing off with Wicked for good. And I'm pretty sure by the end of it all, we'll be changed for good.
I can only imagine. But before we talk about Wicked too much, do we want to talk about some hot cocoa instead?
Fine.
Hot cocoa is something that we start out each episode with, where we don't spill the tea. Instead, we sip the hot cocoa. We share something that made us feel a little warm and cozy, you could say. Filled us with a sense of optimism that, everything's going to be all right. Kind of like we feel when we sip hot cocoa, I guess.
Or listen to the Wicked soundtrack.
That's everything is just going to be Wicked for you this week, isn't it?
I mean, honestly, this year specifically and last year, really, the season between Halloween and Thanksgiving is Wicked season. And this year specifically has been very special.
Would you call it the season of the witch?
Sure.
That's a song.
I know.
Okay.
I know what you did there. I saw.
All right, anyways. Do you want to share some hot cocoa?
Sure. And I can't promise that it's not Wicked themed because
I'm not surprised.
So this is something that I feel like the last time I felt something similar to this was at Taylor Swift's Eras Tour. There is something about Wicked fans and people, they're just all so kind and loving and you're wearing a Wicked sweater, or I have my nails wickedly done and a Galinda and Elphaba nail, and other people just get so excited who are fans, and they're so complimentary, and you can immediately just start geeking out about when are you seeing the movie? Oh my God, what's your favorite song? And it's so special when there is a fandom like that is full of kindness and not meanness. And I've just, we went to Chili's this week to try the green and the pink. I think it was the Good Witch and Witch's Brew margaritas that are the margaritas of the month at Chili's. Shameless plug for Chili's there. And everybody was loving my nails. Everybody was ordering the drinks. It was you looked over on the side and it was just all pink and green, margarita, martini glasses. It was just so funny. And I just love when there's something in, just society and in social, norms that it's just people being happy for each other and kindness. And it's such a wonderful escape when the world can be really, really dark sometimes that we have Wicked and also the people that are in Wicked who are also wonderful examples of goodness, of Cynthia Erivo, Jonathan Bailey, Ariana Grande. I mean, and that's John. I just think it's great. Yeah. It's so great. And I'm so grateful that I've been a fan of Wicked since 2003 when it came out, and I can
not that
still
it's a competition.
It's not a competition, but I was a fan before other people were.
No, I was literally about to say, I feel like some people take fandoms and make it into oh, well, I'm a true fan because I did this. Don't be that fan.
I'm not that fan. I'm just saying, I was obsessed with Wicked for the 10 years when nobody was talking about it.
Great.
And I still love it. I'm so glad other people can come to the fandom.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think the best fandoms celebrate anyone who is a fan.
You know what? I
loves it.
Couldn't be happier. What is your hot cocoa this week? I've rambled long enough.
Yes. So my hot cocoa is, I guess, also inspired by our experience this week because, as we said, we watched Wizard of Oz, and I guess it just reminded me of how fun it is watching classic movies sometimes. I feel like I hadn't done that in a bit. I've mostly been watching movies from, I don't know, the last 20 years or so, and it's been a while since I watched something like Wizard of Oz, It's a Wonderful Life, Citizen Kane, Casablanca, these movies that I really love, and they just feel so different than movies made now in a really, to me at least, a really cozy, warm way. Okay, maybe not Citizen K in some ways. That's not the most cozy movie. But we're getting close to Christmas, so definitely soon I will be watching It's a Wonderful Life. And I just love those movies they're considered classics for a reason because they are well done. They really capture a different time and a different way that people spoke. And I mean, as a bit of a film nerd, a different type of filmmaking. And I just love that those movies exist and that we have the ability to go back to them every year.
I love that.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was fun revisiting Wizard of Oz together.
It was.
Absolutely. Well, let's kind of fill people in on what we're doing today,
that's
because
true.
we have consumed a lot of media, hours worth, and we are leaving right from here to go see Wicked for Good, returning and recording our reaction and our review immediately. It's
Yes.
going to be late. It's going to be way past our bedtime, but we got to do it for you guys.
Oh my God, it's going to be a long night.
It's going to be a long night.
Yeah, but
I'm
I guess
stoked.
like you said, we watched Wizard of Oz as the original movie, and then we watched Wicked Part 1.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about both of those, and then we're going to go see Wicked Part 2.
Yeah,
and talk
and then we're
about
gonna
that
talk
too.
about that.
So we've got a lot to talk about, I guess. Should we
I think we
dive
should dive
into
in.
it?
I think we should absolutely dive in.
All right.
So the first movie we watched, and we debated on this, what order do we watch these movies in, right? Because technically, Wicked Part 1 does take place before the events of Wizard of Oz, but at the beginning of Wicked Part 1, it's after the Wicked Witch has been melted, and it is a flashback. So we went back and forth, but I think in the end, we were like, let's start off with the original Wizard of Oz, and we'll go from there.
So without further ado, here is our live reaction to watching Wizard of Oz.
Oh, that's the same font they used for Wicked.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Toto.
Oh.
This is reminding me that one of the things that I don't like as much about Wicked is there's just not enough dog.
There's goat.
Yeah, but not as the paw.
Oh my gosh.
This
Bitch.
Good job, Toto.
Go Toto.
They literally went in there. They were like, "Oh, we don't have Dorothy. Better lock
We're
the
gonna
door
lock
behind us."
This iconic move right here, when she opens the door and it goes Technicolor. I should reread the Wicked books. They're smutty.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The Munchkins looked unhinged.
Like, do we think that marching band was just like ready to go just in case? Did they have some other event going on and this like distracted them?
Okay, I used to have nightmares about these kids. They freak me out. Their movements, they're just too staccato.
Yeah. Honestly, this is a very reasonable reaction to your sister having just been killed.
Here's some heels that we don't even know if they're your size. And now I need you to walk. Actually, you know what? Better than walk, I want you to frickin' skip.
Yep.
Skip. Skip down the road.
And not just like very uncomfortable footwear, probably. Footwear that you literally just stole off of a dead body.
A dead body.
Yeah. But also, look at that good boy Toto.
Look, he's just like...
Look at him just wagging his tail along like, yeah, let's do this. I'm ready. His face is like a weird fleshy fabric that is terrifying. Like it's giving me Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes. She's upset the ants. Oh my God.
I don't like that one bit.
You never want to pick a fight with an ant.
This poor guy got like lead poisoning from this makeup. He is performing. Toto is acting.
Toto is so talented.
You slapped him in the face, bitch. What do you think? Industrial grade asbestos for you from Glinda the Good. Oh, not
Poor
Toto,
Toto,
too.
no.
Toto didn't ask for asbestos. Dye my eyes?
Please do not dye your eyes. Oh my.
Oh!
That seems unnecessary.
He just jumped out a window. Does he have a gun?
He's got a gun.
The scarecrow
has a gun.
Has a gun. Toto! There she is, Elle.
Yay, Toto. You can do it.
Go,
Jump, Toto.
Toto.
Yeah. This is just like when Frodo was at the Black Gate.
Yes, and it kind of looks like the same outfit.
It's true, yeah. Oh, we're lighting the broom on fire?
I did not realize it wasn't on purpose that she threw the thing on the witch. She was literally just trying to put out the fire that the witch started on the scarecrow, and that's what... What?
She is just going on a killing
Oh
spree
my
in Oz, man.
gosh.
And she seems very excited about it.
Wow, picking favorites.
Yeah, jeez.
Well, I mean, technically that's the sexiest man alive, so.
All right, so that was us watching The Wizard of Oz.
I think we could both agree the highlight of the entire movie was Toto.
Absolutely. Like, I don't know. I guess maybe it's just been a while since I saw a movie where it's like, I know that's a dog on screen the whole time. It's not like CG or
Nope.
anything like that. That is a dog, and that dog was freaking adorable.
That dog acted so well. I don't think it was just one dog. I believe
No, I'm
Toto
sure,
was multiple
Yeah.
dogs, but every single version of Toto we loved. Toto dodged the frickin' skips like a champion. I don't think Toto ever got injured on set like the Tin Man.
I promise if Toto got injured, they covered it up.
Oh gosh,
You know,
it
this
was
was old Hollywood,
1939.
yeah.
Ugh.
You know, maybe I'm jumping the gun too much here, but I just want to share my favorite Toto moment. It was early on in the movie, I think maybe even during Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
was during Somewhere Over
when
the
Judy
Rainbow.
Garland is singing and she puts Toto up on
The tractor.
Yeah, the tractor. And Toto's like, but you're going to pet me, right? And he literally does like this, which Bindi does all the time. And it just was, oh my God, it was so
Melt
cute.
your
I guess
heart.
context here, I actually grew up with a Karen Terrier. Toto is a Karen Terrier. So I have a lot of, I have a lot of affection for Karen Terriers, even though they are very grumpy dogs. They have a lot of attitude. My grandparents had actually a number of Karen Terriers, one of whom is maybe my favorite dog ever, but they also had a Karen Terrier named Sassy. And I feel like that's the perfect name for a Karen Terrier because
Yeah.
that really embodies their personality.
They're bitchy.
Yeah.
But Toto, I mean, but Toto was chasing the cat, getting into the witch's garden, or what's her name, Mrs. Whatever.
Yeah.
The person, Auntie M, I was like, what word did you want to call her? When
I
she
know.
Was like, if I wasn't
God.
a Christian woman, I'm like, what was it? What would you
was
call
it?
her?
We can only speculate.
Yeah, but I will say it's so fascinating to me that this movie has taken on such an iconic piece in pop culture because at the time it came out, it really wasn't that successful. And not only that, it had so many issues during production. I mean, the original Tin Man got like poisoning, and so he had to drop out because from the tin paint, I think he got like lead poisoning or metal poisoning. The Wicked Witch woman, she got severely burnt during a fire stunt, and also like she was super ill from the green paint and was green for like many months afterwards. Somebody like I think they hung themselves, like a munchkin or a worker. I know that's kind of
I
like
heard
folklore.
that's an urban legend. but I could be
But
wrong.
like somebody hung themselves like in the background. Like there's a lot of like dark things with this movie that
Yeah.
happened, but yet it is now considered this like beautiful children's story and
Yeah.
movie. But that didn't happen until it aired on television and people had televisions in their homes. And I think a lot of that had to do with the changeover from black and white to Technicolor as well.
Well, I want to rewind a little bit.
Let's
though, Actually,
rewind.
do you remember when you first what's your experience with this movie?
I truly cannot remember the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
I don't. I remember wanting to dress up like Dorothy when I was little. I have that. I don't know if I was ever her for Halloween. But I also remember, honestly, now when I think of Wizard of Oz, I think of when my grandmother played Auntie M. When she was older, she tried out for like a local theater production,
What?
and when she was like maybe in her 60s or 70s, and she got cast as Auntie M, and she was so excited.
so cool.
And I remember she was like, "This is where you get your acting genes." Oh my! She was like so stoked about it and
I
so
love
happy
that.
about it, and it was just like that is when I think of Wizard of Oz, I think about how happy that role was, how happy my grandmother was, and how much that meant to her that she could do that later in life. And I remember the pictures of her doing that and stuff. But yeah, I always wanted to play Dorothy when I was younger and auditioning for plays and stuff, but I never quite got it. I think the witch would be more fun. Like
I know, right? Yeah. Oh my God.
I love it.
What characters they were.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
What about you? When was the first time you saw Wizard
I mean,
of Oz?
similarly, I don't remember when it was. It's one of those movies that as long back as I can remember, I feel like it's been in my life. I feel like I remember watching it more than anything at my grandparents' house, the ones who had the Karen Terriers. because, you know, we got to watch star Karen Terrier with Karen Terriers. But like it's a movie that I watched a fair amount growing up as a kid, but then didn't. Honestly, this probably was the first time that I've watched that movie in, I mean, I bet like 25 plus years.
I had a kind of a memory come back to me, but my grandparents on the other side, not my grandma who was in the movie, but I'm pretty sure.
Sorry, your grandma who was in the movie?
Sorry, who is?
What?
It's just,
you and Nancy M in the movie?
No.
Okay.
Not my grandma who was in the play, but my other grandparents, the ones who lived on a farm in Illinois. I'm pretty sure that's where I first saw this movie, because like honestly, we only could really watch old movies at their house because my grandpa didn't like cartoons. So all like the VHSs were like Shirley Temple movies, which I watched like the original like Annie, and I think Wizard of Oz was probably in that rotation. And I think specifically because my grandfather was a farmer and all of that stuff, like the scene when she falls into the pigs, like, oh my God, that.
Yeah. You freaked out watching that, man. Well,
because like when my grandpa raised pigs, and pigs, yes, they can be lovely pets at sometimes, but pigs can be really mean. And we were taught as kids to stay far away from the pig pen. And like, so whenever Dorothy is like, you know, walking along and falling, I'm like, she could have died.
Oh yeah.
Like literally could have died.
Not the coziest thing, but I've seen the TV show Deadwood, and pigs dispose of things in that show.
Pigs are wild. Yeah. Cute, but like
I still want a pet pig, just to be clear.
We're
Keetin
not
does
getting
not
a pet
let
pig.
me.
We are not getting a pet pig.
I've pitched this idea to her multiple times. She always says no.
Absolutely not.
Maybe she's afraid it'll eat her in her sleep.
Or maybe I'll use it if I ever murder you to eat your. No, I'm kidding. You got that. Anyways, I think what was also kind of shocking to me rewatching this, because I agree, I don't think I've watched it in like 25 years, but was the fact of how quickly it moved. Yeah. It was a tight 90, right? It was pretty.
I'm trying to remember. It was right around there. I think it was maybe a little over. It might have been like an hour 40 or something. But like, super close.
Super fast paced and moving, and like also just wild. The Munchkins.
Oh my God.
Terrified me as an adult.
Like, I remember as a kid being like, oh, flying monkeys, scary. As an adult, the Munchkins, like that was the strange hairdos really weirded me out this time. It's like, are
they children or are they little people?
Well, it was a bit of a mix, I believe.
But
the lollipop gang, especially the way they were like weird, like jerky movements. I was like, I don't trust these. The lollipop gang, no, thank you.
The style of their, like, it was almost as if they were half doll, half human. Yes. And that's what was kind of so creepy to me. I wonder if that's what they were going for. I don't know. It was very weird. I didn't like it. Also, Glinda. I didn't like the Glinda. I didn't like the original. But I think, like, you're not supposed to like Glinda now that... But it's funny but, you know, Glinda knows about the damn train, and she's like, go follow the yellow brick road.
Well, I think you have to... At least I was not thinking about this as, like, this is canon. I personally separate Wizard of Oz and Wicked a little bit, because obviously when Wizard of Oz was made... The Wicked story did not exist.
That's fair.
So that's how I approached this viewing of Wizard of Oz.
Yes. Well, in the original, obviously, Wizard of Oz was based off the Frank L. Baum book
which I haven't
the same
read.
name. I haven't read it either. But the Frank L. Baum is where Elphaba Throp comes from.
What?
Right? Isn't that wild?
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
L. Baum.
Huh.
Elphaba. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
There you go.
Didn't know that.
I think that's right.
I trust you.
People might come at me. It's fine. Bring it on, bro. But yeah, it was very well paced.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it just felt so much more magical than when I was little, and it just was like very intense. And also like the asbestos snow. I was just kind of concerned.
You were just looking up all kinds of fun facts.
Well, no, you look up like Wizard of Oz facts like while you're watching it.
It truly
like,
sounds
oh
like it was
gosh.
like. I bet everybody who was a part of that, like, this is gonna sound bad, died a horrific death.
I mean,
because like asbestos, lead poisoning, like
it
burns, like it sounds rough.
It was. I mean, and I hope their estates are getting some type
of
cash
I mean,
flow.
I hope they know though that like they created something that kind of like changed culture in a lot of ways.
It did.
I think of, when I think of Wizard of Oz, I also think about all of the movies that were influenced by it. And like, I mean, again, this was the first time seeing this movie in 25 years. When the Scarecrow started singing, I was singing along because I was like, oh, I remember these lyrics.
I was shocked that you knew all those words.
Because, I mean, of course, we know the lyrics of course we know the lyrics to Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I'll come back to that in a moment. But it's like, they're also like, everybody has songs throughout. And I kind of just knew them because I guess I have seen this a lot. But they're all just really fun songs, too, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I still really love The Cowardly Lion, but what I did not love is that his costume was made from a real lion pelt.
Oh, my God. Yeah. So
that was fun to find out.
That scared me to learn, but it also, like, he was so good. That actor was incredible.
Like, why has he not done other movies?
Yeah,
like,
he was like the comedic.
He was
so good.
I love.
You gotta look up his name because we gotta give him a proper shout out.
I believe his name.
To me, he was one of the people that really made the Wizard of Oz what it was. Like, I mean, obviously, great cast in general, but the Cowardly Lion was just nonstop. The subtle facial expressions, the body movement, it was so spot on.
Burt Lahr.
Burt Lahr?
Lahr. Burt Lahr. But he was
so good.
Delight. And Frank Morgan, who played the Wizard of Oz, also played like five other characters.
Which was amazing. Just like once they get to Oz and stuff, just being like, oh, that's him. Oh, that's him. Oh,
yeah,
there he is again.
Like, there he is. There he is. Jack Haley, the Tin Man, just seemed like the sweetest man. Like, and he just has the kindest eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, the Scarecrow, I'm like, dude, your ankles had to have been jacked up.
Oh my God,
he committed to the bit.
He was so just like always
like rolling on his ankles. I'm like, oh my gosh, that had to hurt.
These were such physical performances, and it was really impressive to see.
Absolutely. And the only person who was really acknowledged for their performance in this was Judy Garland. And she didn't even get she got a honorary Oscar, like a children's Oscar or something the year this came out, but never like an Oscar for the actual
And didn't
movie.
You say that originally it was Shirley Temple that was cast?
Yes.
And they changed it?
Yeah, because Shirley Temple was under contract with a different studio, and they couldn't come. The agreement fell through, so then it went to Judy Garland, and Judy Garland was actually blonde in all the test shoots and stuff. And then before they started shooting it, they decided to change her to kind of it said they put a henna wash in her blonde hair. To make it.
I don't know what that means.
Henna is like what they draw, it's like that. It's like the henna tattoos. Yeah, the henna tattoos, but they put it in your hair.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can do it now for your eyebrows too. People.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you saying that I should do that because my eyebrows are so minimally there? Wow.
I don't know. I'm just letting you know. So because we have three movies.
I know.
To
sorry,
review.
I just have to touch on one more. thing.
Okay, and then I'm gonna ask you your marshmallow.
All right,
review
I know. I'm sorry. I just cannot give the proper credit to Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I mean, Judy Garland's performance of it, spectacular. There is something about Judy Garland's voice that so impressively captures sorrow and optimism and like somehow youthfulness, but also wisdom. Her voice and her performance of this is so good. But the song itself too, one of the best written songs ever. Like I genuinely believe that hands down. I think it's so good. It captures so many feelings. It's so beautifully written. It's such a great scene. It's done well, and Toto only makes it better.
Yeah, Toady does make it better. It makes it so much better. No, that song is incredible. It's hard for me not to have a version of that song that I do not like. But would you talk about the wisdom? I mean, Judy Garland was, I think, 16 when they filmed this. Yeah. But the wisdom behind her choices and her acting during that song specifically. Otherwise, wait, I have to talk about this. This poor girl. She did not. Everybody always like, Dorothy killed the witch, murdered the witch. Dorothy did not even mean to murder the witch. One, killing Elphaba's sister was a complete mistake because Dorothy had no issue. Like, she had nothing to do with it. She was just happened to be in the house that fell on the Wicked Witch of the East, okay? And then so I'm like, they're building up to this scene when the bucket's going to get tossed on the witch because I thought Dorothy was like, I hate you. We're going to do this on purpose. No, literally the witch lights the scarecrow on fire for just, I guess, shits and gigs. And Dorothy's like, fire, let me put it out. Here's a bucket right here. Goes, literally tosses the bucket onto the scarecrow. Not even on the witch, on the scarecrow. And the witch gets some residual water hitting her. And that's what melts her and kills her.
Yep.
Like, what?
So are you saying that Dorothy... was unjustly punished for a crime that she didn't commit?
Yeah. I people have been like holding Dorothy accountable for killing the Wicked Witch, and I'm like, yo, that was a total accident.
Yep.
She was literally just trying to put out the fire.
I mean, I will say the amount of people in the world that celebrated murder, I don't think they minded that she, however she killed them. I think they were pretty happy.
Is that what they call the butterfly effect? When everybody just for one reason or another believes a certain truth.
Mandela
effect. Like I truly felt like everybody believes that Dorothy actively was like, I'm throwing this bucket on the witch to kill her. That is not what happens.
Yeah.
Dorothy tries to put out the fire on the scarecrow. And then the witch gets the residual water, and that's what makes her melt. She wasn't trying to kill the witch. She was just asking the witch to go home and to have her little dog. And Dorothy didn't want to be there.
I know. She seemed like a very kind soul.
She was like, I would just like to leave, please.
Yeah.
It was wild. It was wild.
Yeah.
But marshmallow rating.
Oh my God.
But thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
I enjoyed
about
it.
Dorothy not being a murderer.
God, marshmallow rate. I feel like it's really hard for me not to give this a really high marshmallow rating. I have so much nostalgia, which is a huge part of marshmallow ratings for me. I think it's just a very fun, easy movie to watch, easy movie to throw on. I mean, I will say this was less of a warm and cozy watch because you were dropping so many disturbing facts about the production of it.
I'm sorry, but I only speak the truth.
But in general, honestly, I'm going to give this 9 marshmallows. I think it's so squishy, so soft, so fun to watch.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to give it 6 marshmallows.
Whoa, really?
1, because on a rewatch, I was like, this is traumatizing. 2, all of the drama that happened with the production. I mean, if it was just the scene of Somewhere Over the Rainbow of Dorothy singing that with that beautiful lens and the soft focus, it was just, and Toto doing that, it would absolutely get a 10. But I think all the other little things really stressed me out, and now they stay with me.
Oh my God.
They stay with me.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
Also having a very different memory of the plot and of the murderer Dorothy before. But she's not a murderer.
All right. Have we talked about Wizard of Oz enough? Anything
I think
else
we're
you feel
done.
like you need to say?
You gave it 9. I gave it 6.
All right.
Moving on.
Let's move on. And up next is Wicked Part 1. And you know what we have again?
Our reactions. Take a look. This is more my speed than the Wizard of Oz. Ariana's about to start acting. Elphaba's mom was a little minx.
That's the name of the movie.
Oh my God, don't you just want to start playing Taylor Swift's eldest daughter for Elphaba right now? I'll be so happy I could melt. Foreshadowing. Sorry, I'm so sorry. You're making us wait an hour before the sexiest man alive comes across my screen.
Well, remember, he wasn't the sexiest man alive at this point.
Maybe to People magazine, not to me. Those pants just fit him impeccably. Parkour! Parkour! Those must have been so fun to play on.
Oh my God. Do you think originally there was some backstory of she learned this dance from her bear caretaker? Her bear taker. Do you think that Fiyero really is just hoping for a threesome here?
Who wouldn't be? Oh, and it's in the basket, just like Toto. Okay, creatures of nightmares. Creatures of nightmares. Where are their arms and why don't they have them? I love the design of the wizard in this.
I like your hat.
Thanks.
Together.
Holy shit, every time, every damn time.
Really, they're flying chimpanzees.
You're right, they're not flying monkeys. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy now.
Remember, you're not allowed to sing when you see it in theaters.
I know, but I'm at my home right
know,
now, so
I'm
I can
just-
sing
I'm
as
just
loud as I fucking want, bitch! Yeah, Ella, you tell him.
You've
you
upset
tell
the
him,
bear.
Ella. It's time to try defying gravity. We don't have a broom. Together we're unlimited. So if you can find me to the western sky, everyone deserves a chance. And if I'm flying solo, at least I'm flying free. I'm exhausted. I'm warm. I've traumatized the dogs enough. They've all moved to your side. Oh, it's so good! Curtain. To be continued.
All right. So, before we dive into the review, Keetin, let's do some backstory again. What's your experience with Wicked? Do you remember the first time you saw Wicked?
So I actually read the book before I saw the musical.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I loved the musical. I remember in 2003, we did Defying Gravity in my choir class. I was obsessed with the album. I didn't get to see Wicked actually until I was in college in Chicago. But I mean, I probably watched really grainy YouTube videos and stuff of it because I was so obsessed. But I did read the book and really enjoyed it. Smutty AF. Let me tell you, very different than the musical. But I loved Wicked. That soundtrack, there were a few musicals in high school that I just would rotate the soundtracks, and it was Wicked, Rent, and Phantom of the Opera. And then Green Day. I really liked Green Day, but that wasn't a musical. But
I mean, almost similar to Wicked, though. Green.
Green was my favorite color. I really connected with Elphaba, even though it was blonde. So everybody were like, "You're like Galinda," and I was like, "I would never
You would
do
never
that
be
to a
seen in a
friend."
bubble.
No, I mean, I love travel by bubble, but no, it was so important to me that was even my senior quote in my yearbook.
Oh.
My senior quote was, "It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I've learned from you. You've been with me like a handprint on my heart." Oh. Because like I knew I was the only one going to the university I went to. I was like, I'm out, bitches. But still, I think it was a very adult way to think of leaving my high school years when I did feel like I got bullied and I never felt like I fit in anywhere, to feel like I'm taking the good from this.
Yeah.
And I am better for having gone through the things that I went through in high school.
Nice.
And Wicked taught me how to do that and how to handle kind of, even when have friendships fail and stuff, you can find the goodness in it. And but the moment I saw it, I'm obsessed with it. I even I think I've sang Popular from for some musical showcases, because everybody always is like, Galinda. But I love it. I love it so much. I love it even more. And it is definitely, and I loved that you and I, when we first started dating, or even when we got back together, you love Wicked just as much as I do. So I could put on the Wicked soundtrack and he could sing the Fiyero part, or even the whatever part I wanted him to sing.
I mean, I would say my rendition, it's very kind and generous of you to refer to it as singing. It's not nearly on the same level as yours.
Oh, babe, you're perfect.
You're perfect.
We're perfect together. Okay. Anyways.
So, all right. I guess I haven't read the book. So that's more experience than I have with it. But I will say I first saw it, I think I was around 16 or 17 years old. This was one of the first 3 or 4 things that I saw, like professional stage shows that I saw. So I loved it right away. Saw it again just a couple years later. So I had seen it I think I had seen it twice already before I went to college. And I loved it right away. I mean, Defying Gravity is just such a good song, even on its own, before you watch the stage show or the movie or whatever, that song is so good.
Bum, 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 bum. I mean, it's like Steven Schwartz just like it's such a good musical.
Yeah.
And it's also two female leads in a musical, and it is truly, it's kind of like what Frozen did. It is a love story between two female characters that
well,
I know,
it's about French.
Well,
open to interpretation.
open to interpretation.
Really. But,
But
it's nice to have a movie that is about female friendship.
yes, exactly.
Or sorry, a stage show or a movie that is
Yes.
about female friendship.
Well, and you look, it's like you have the success of Frozen, you have the success of, it's like, why don't we have more stories about female friendship?
Yeah.
I feel like we need it.
I agree.
Oh, do you know one other Frozen Wicked story I have?
What?
So when I studied abroad in London, I had an internship at an agency, and we represented a lot of people in the West End, and they knew how much I loved Wicked, and Wicked had just come to the West End, and they were rehearsing, and my boss knew the lead Galinda.
Ooh.
And my last day, he was like, I have a surprise for you. And I was like, oh. And we had a lot of rehearsal space at our agency. And he was like, come upstairs. And I came upstairs. And there was like a blonde woman standing next to the piano. And he introduced me to her. And he was like, she's the current Glenda on the West End. And she's going to sing you some songs.
Oh my
and
God.
she just serenaded me.
That's
with,
amazing.
like Glinda songs. And I like just was like, I think I like blacked out because I don't fully remember it happening like in the songs, but I remember meeting her, and then I think I blacked out, and then I remember like how I felt when it was done.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wicked just means the world to me, and I love it, and it's like I love that other people who love it's just it's a sweet fandom.
All right. We have talked a lot about the Broadway show.
Yep.
But we are here to talk about the movie.
Let's talk about it.
Thoughts on the movie?
It was really cool to watch Wizard of Oz right before it because I
was.
think I picked up on more of like the tiny little elements John M. Ju like put in like to be a nod to Wizard of Oz in Wicked, and I just the costumes, the choreography, the casting, the art direction. It is honestly the perfect movie.
What?
I have no notes.
Wow.
I have no notes. No notes. Except maybe Jonathan Bailey could have been in it a little more.
Right? Yeah, that was one thing. Like when we were watching it, it was almost an hour in, I think, before he finally shows up.
I think it was like 50-something minutes,
Yeah.
and then he shows up, and
We're
then
like,
he's only hanging around for a little bit. And as soon as they go to the Emerald City, he's gone.
Yeah.
You don't see him anymore. And I was like, wow, I really played it up in my head that he was in this a lot more.
Well, I guess I will say I do think, God, I feel a little bad saying this because I just said how much I love Defying Gravity. But in this movie, I think the best musical sequence is Dancing Through Life.
Oh.
It's just so beautifully done. The choreography, like the character that comes out in it, it's such a good performance of Dancing Through
Well,
Life.
and that also leads into that beautiful like dance moment between Elphaba and Glinda that is just heartbreaking, and that's not in the stage show. But it's kind of this beat where you understand what finally connects them, and what could have been just a moment of bullying. Glinda really kind of steps up, and you understand maybe why they started that friendship, which I enjoyed. It's a little bit of a weird scene, but like every time I hear that music, it makes me want to cry because of the emotion that those two actresses put into that scene. But yeah, it's so good. I mean, what about the frickin' Loathing? Loathing, that sequence
Also
is incredible.
great. Yeah.
Popular is incredible.
They're all really good. Like it does a really good job of adapting these songs for the screen.
It's so good.
I will say one thing though that I'm now realizing that I think is kind of funny. The second one is called Wicked for Good, and the first one is just called Wicked Part 1. It feels like a little disjointed. Why didn't the first one get a fun name?
Talk to John.
I'll talk to John.
I should have asked him. I should have asked him when I met him.
You had your chance. You met John M. Chu.
I did.
You could have asked him that.
I geeked out at the SAG Awards. He was there, and I was like, you know what? F it. I got to go just tell him from the little theater nerd that is in my heart and just thank him for being so precious with the story that meant so much to me. Not only so precious, but elevated it on the screen, which is so hard to do, I think, with all the pressure that he had on him. And I literally went up to him and thanked him and told him that. And he gave me his time. He looked me in the eye. He was like, just wait till you see For Good. And like was like, what's your name? And just that, it was not in that order. But he could not have been kinder. And again, it just made me, I'm like, I'm so happy. Every single person he brought onto that production, you could tell they put in their entire heart and soul into this production. And that's what's so wonderful about film, is just, it is a collaboration. And when you see everybody work to their highest degree and collaborate on the level they did. And then he brought me over and introduced me to Scott, the choreographer. And then we were like dancing on the dance floor with Scott. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, this is unreal. Unreal for this little theater nerd that is now 36 years old and still cries when I hear musical theater songs. I'm going to be a mess tonight.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back. I'm already like tearing up thinking about it. Because after we saw Wicked Part 1 in theaters, I like did that thing where I was like, before Wicked, like so excited. Yeah. And I like boo-hooed, lost it at the end of that movie. But I think it is because of how much it means to so many people and how much it meant to me, and seeing that they did just, it meant so much to them too. Yeah. And it was beautiful.
Yeah. Just make sure that you start hydrating now. Because,
okay.
There's going to be a lot of tears.
Let me drink out of my Wicked Stanley tumbler right now, my Wicked Big Dumb Cup.
You are quite the Wicked nerd. Mm-hmm. So I guess another thing that I want to touch on is something that stands out to me every time I watch this movie, now having seen it a few times, that I remember when the movie was first announced and the cast was first announced, I was doubtful because I
remember
did not.
I'm so glad you're owning up to this.
Yeah, I am owning up to the fact that I didn't think Ariana Grande was going to be able to pull off Glinda, because I had never seen her act in anything. I only knew her music. And
you also love Kristen Chenoweth.
And I love Kristen.
You love Kristen Chenoweth.
I mean, she embodies Glinda. And yeah, I grew up with those two. Not that I ever got to see them on stage. God, that would have been amazing. But listening to the soundtrack so much. So I was very hesitant with Ariana. And I remember when the first teaser came out for it, there's that moment of them getting on the train. And I remember being like, oh, that was good. That was funny. That was a nice character choice there, Ari. And then you see the movie.
You're on nickname terms with Ariana Grande.
Of course,
Ari.
Obviously. We go back. And then the first time I saw the movie, I was just so impressed by her performance. Everyone in this movie is so good, and maybe it's just because I had those doubts going in that she exceeded them so much. But to me, I feel a little bad saying this because everyone is so good, but I think she's the one that makes this movie what it is more than anyone.
They are saying that she is maybe the favorite for Best Supporting Actress Oscar this
I mean, we'll see how the movie turns out. But Oscars always don't give enough credit to comedic roles. And she does such a good job of having so much heart in this character, going through such a believable journey, and always having these incredible comedic moments that feel so in character. It's never it never feels like a comedic moment that is kind of just forced in there. Yeah, it always feels like, yes, I fully believe that is what this character would do.
I completely, and you don't see Ariana. I do, because obviously I like Ari, but I will never forget when the casting came out, and I was so stoked for Cynthia just seemed like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't think that, but that's a perfect choice. And oh my God, and then I also got to meet Cynthia at the SAG Awards. So
all right. Be quick with it though, because we have a lot to cover.
Okay. So basically, right after Cynthia got cast, I was very excited. I was at a different SAG Awards, and it was during COVID, so we had to kind of run people through a lot of stuff when we were welcoming them into the awards show. I opened the car door. You never knew who you were going to open the door, and it just so happened to be Cynthia Erivo. And I run her through everything that needs to happen for her to get on the red carpet. And right before I closed the door, I said, and I can't wait to see you fly, Elphaba. And she looked at me with so much just excitement and pride. And she was just like, thank you, I won't let you down. And I was just like, how could you? How could you? But yeah, I remember when you were not happy about Ari. And I was like, no, you don't understand. Have you not seen her on SNL? She's hysterical. She is a comic genius.
Like, I'm trying to think if I have, and I honestly don't know if I had seen her on SNL at that point.
She's incredible.
Either.
She's so good. Shall we talk marshmallow rating? Is there anything else that we need to talk about? I feel like...
Well, I think I want to ask you a question first, and that is, this was, to the best of my knowledge, our first time watching this right after watching Wizard of Oz. Do you feel like it made you see this movie differently? Any particular things that stood out to you having watched Wizard of Oz right before this?
No, I mean, honestly, what I'm going to be curious to do is watching Wizard of Oz before watching For Good again after the first time, because I feel like those two stories are happening simultaneously. So I think that'll be more interesting. But no, I mean, I just think, again, I hats off to John Chu, because you just saw the little details that he took from Wizard of Oz that he didn't have to. And he took them and he so effortlessly and delicately placed them into it without being a heavy hand. And I just really appreciate it without, at the same time, making it his own.
Yeah. I'll say I have one thing that I'm a little disappointed in. And that is, in The Wizard of Oz, the wizard played multiple roles. And in this, Jeff Goldblum only plays one. I want more Jeff Goldblums peppered throughout Oz.
That is fair. Honestly,
I think that would have been a really fun little...
I've never had a negative thing to think about this movie. But more Jeff Goldblum and more Jonathan Bailey. That is what we needed.
Yeah.
It would have made this an 11 out of 10.
Yeah. I will say, actually, I do have another question for you, though. As obviously a huge fan of the stage show and a huge fan of Idina and Kristen... What was your reaction when you first saw that cameo?
Such a smart way to include those two women and to pass the torch in the way they did. It was simple, and it worked in the story. The song they sang was so funny and allowed them to be silly, allowed them to each have little moments with Cynthia, with Ari. And I remember when I saw that in theaters, and it hadn't been ruined for me yet. And I was hoping they would do something like that. And I was just like, I think I screamed. I was so excited to see it. And it was, again, seeing the special. I don't know if other people saw the special that they did that aired a couple weeks ago. But and seeing all four of those women sing For Good together. It's just class acts and iconic women and iconic roles, and also being so kind to each other and letting other people step onto the pedestal. So it was wonderful.
Okay, now, I'm sorry, we can finally get to marshmallow ratings. Keetin, what is your marshmallow rating for this?
10!
Okay.
10. It's a 10. It's a 10. I'm telling you, it could have been an 11 or 12 had we had more Johnny B and Jeffy G. But for right now, we'll give it a solid 10 marshmallows.
Oh, my God. Referring to them as Johnny B and Jeffy G might be 10 marshmallows just for that comment.
It's going to catch on. Get ready.
I think for me, it's not a 10.
How dare you?
I'm sorry. It's a very good movie. It's very warm and cozy. I mean, I don't know, because it's hard to say a movie is super warm and cozy when I have to set aside over 2.5 hours to watch it. I mean, I love this movie. I think it's great.
You could only be so lucky,
but
sir.
I think it's only an 8 for me. I think I would...
An 8?
Yeah.
It lost 2 full marshmallows for just being over 2 hours,
no, I
like
think
most
there's
movies?
some other things. To me, it's a little less warm and cozy than Wizard of Oz, for
What
example.
is wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
Nobody died in the making of this production like
As
Wizard of Oz.
far as we know. I love this movie, to be clear.
How dare you?
I think it's a great movie. I think it's fantastically done.
You guys, technically, our anniversary is this week, but we might just make it 3 years.
Oh, no. Just because I think it's not as soft and squishy as some other movies. It's still got 8 out of 10. That's a lot of soft and squish.
I'm angry.
I did not expect this to upset you so much.
It's fine. It's fine. Just like you thought Ari wouldn't be a perfect Glinda.
I've
It's
been
fine.
wrong before, and you know what? I'll be
gonna-
wrong again.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Well, what time is it? Because our movie starts at 8.
You know, it is getting to be that time. We should probably get going, honestly. I find we can't be late.
We can. Oh, we absolutely cannot be
Yeah,
late.
yeah,
We
yeah.
will be early, and we will geek out with all of our other Wicked fangirls, friends, and I'm just so excited.
Yeah, we're going to take a little bit of a break
Yep.
and then come back and talk about our immediate reactions to
Wicked for Good.
I know, you were really hoping to watch us watching Wicked for Good, but unfortunately, it's only in theaters right now, so that would be illegal. Instead, I'm jumping in to remind you to leave a rating, leave a review, leave a comment, a like, a thumbs up, whatever it is that you're watching it on, do the thing. And instead of watching us watch the whole movie, you get to watch what Keetin looked like after she saw Wicked for Good. We are back,
Yes, we are.
and we just saw Wicked for Good.
And I would say we're changed for good.
I will say, full context here. One, we were nearly silent in the car ride on the way home because we decided we're not going to talk about it
Nope.
at all
Nope.
until we start recording. So
Yep.
we have not said anything to each other
0.
about it. So I honestly have no idea what Keetin thought. I know some tears were shed,
Tears were shed.
and I'm also going to issue a warning right now. We are going to get into spoilers.
Yes.
I think it's unavoidable. It's part 2. Just know that moving forward, you will be hearing Wicked for Good spoilers. So I
Yep.
hope you have seen the movie or the show or read the book or something. Keetin. What did you think of the movie?
Oh, damn. They got me at the end. I felt like the pace was interesting in the first half.
Yes.
It was a very interesting pace. Some things like I felt like there were a few just whole plot holes and stuff that just weren't fully explained, or things felt like they were moving very quickly. But then you're like, well, you obviously have to fill this time.
Yeah.
But then I would say the last third of the movie just punched me in the gut in like the best way, and just yeah. I really enjoyed it there. I had some moments that were my favorite, but we can kind of get into those more details. What about for you? What did you think?
I mean, I guess I feel similarly. I feel emotionally very satisfied. I think I agree with you. I feel like there were some pacing issues throughout. It didn't. Oh man, I feel like I always just dive into negatives first.
Well,
and I feel a little
if
bit
you
bad
start with the
about
negative
that.
and end with the positive, that's
Yes.
good. But I will tell you this: I like the first one better.
It didn't to me feel as like well structured, well paced of a movie as the first one, which surprises me because the second one, is like where the drama happens, and the drama did happen.
The drama was there.
But
Oh my!
despite the fact the first act is known a little bit more for being, it's the better songs, it's more fun, and it is absolutely that. But it also, to me, the first movie was just a little bit better paced, and that's a big part.
I think this is the same issue that the Broadway show has, though, too. I think, like, obviously for what he was working with, he did a really good job as best as possible, and also making it not a 4-hour film. Like,
Yes.
this is the thing. I felt like the pacing was weird, but I did not ever feel like it was slow. I didn't feel like it was too long, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I felt like the pacing was weird, but I think the pacing felt weird because of like the plot issues I had.
Yeah.
But I just like when we got to For Good, I was like, oh, we're here already. We're here
agree,
already.
yeah.
And I just like wasn't ready for it. But then it was just so wonderful. And should we just get the things out of the way that we didn't like
Okay,
first?
sure, yeah.
Because I had the biggest issue I had with the movie was the transition between the wedding scene when Glinda sings the reprise of I'm Not That Girl, which I feel like she said she, not he, when she was saying about, I don't know, I felt like when the lines was changed, and I was like, are we really leaning into the fact that these two women, like, are in love in, like, a romantic way? I don't know. I ship it. But, there is this amazing thing that happens in the stage show, as well as on the original soundtrack, where the "I'm Not That Girl" happens, and then it's just like this, like dun dun. Then it goes into "Kiss Me Too Fiercely," and it's like it is just like this, like immediate, like huh, kind of punch in the gut of like, hey, we're moving on from Glinda. We have chosen sides here, whatever. Yeah. And I felt like that transition was beautifully acted by Ariana, and same with the scene of oh my God, As Long As You're Mine. Loved how the scene was acted, hated how the scene was directed, and I hated how As Long As Your Mine was directed. I hated it. It like the kiss me too. They didn't even kiss it. She was like walking away. It was. Yeah. I wish they would have let that. If you weren't gonna give me the gadunk and then dive right into the song, and you're gonna like have those moments of them like kind of being like, oh, we're undressing. Are we doing this? I don't really know. Like, give us that and then maybe have like a little kiss happen. And that kind of is what wakes Elphaba up of like, oh yeah, I want to do this. Like, because in the stage show, and I hate to be keeping in the stage show because obviously different directors, but I believe in the stage show, they kiss, like they're walking through the woods, the lanterns, and then they go, like they kind of like settle in the middle, they kiss, and then they're just singing right at each other the entire time, like face to face, and it's this intense and like very romantic and like hot moment. Not to say Jonathan Bailey, whoo, buddy.
Yeah.
And they had more chemistry than I expected them to have, to be honest, because I feel like in the press stuff, they just feel very, very like good friends. And so it was cool. Like, but that, again, beautifully acted by both of them. I just think that's one of my favorite songs and favorite part of the show in the second act. And that kind of bummed me out.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think the strength of the first movie that we all knew was Elphaba and Glinda, Cynthia and Ariana's chemistry. And I think the first movie is so focused on that it was able to carry it really well. Whereas the second movie, obviously still that's a big part of it, but it also has these other relationship things that to me just never felt as real as the Elphaba-Glinda relationship, where similar, like that as an example, I agree. I think the chemistry between Cynthia and Jonathan did not feel as romantic, even on screen, as I think it ideally could have. Similarly, like Elphaba and Nessa's relationship didn't feel as real to me. Partially, I think part of that could just be screen time. Some things, I mean, it's based on the show. It's not like you can add a whole lot of scenes, but I do think the only relationship that really felt like it was really fleshed out was that Glinda-Elphaba relationship to me. Well,
here's kind of the other thing I realized is, whereas I felt like the first movie had so many practical sets that we were working in, this one felt, even from the get-go with the Yellow Brick Road situation, with all the animals in it as much as they were, and even in that really fun scene in the Wizards, wonderful scene, there was so much more graphics used, VFX used than in the first one. Yeah. And so I think that took me out of the realness a little bit and felt a little less grounded. And maybe that was done on purpose. Maybe that was a choice made as Elphaba's kind of also realizing that this is just a fake make-believe world. And so at the end, when she walks away from it, she's walking literally into a desert of nothing because it's so bland, but at least it's real and there's texture there and something. I don't know. So and John M. Chu, he is so so obsessed with detail in the best way. I could totally see that being a choice.
Yeah.
It was just a choice that, like me as a viewer, it wasn't my favorite. Okay. Didn't take away from how much I loved the movie. I loved it. I but like the best scenes were the scenes where Ari and Cynthia were together, and they weren't nearly together enough in this movie.
And I would say I still think both of them are fantastic actors. So I think even the scenes where they aren't necessarily together, but they're singing about each other, still worked really well for me.
Okay.
Like, yes, it's preferable to see them on screen together, of course, but I still think the emotion and the realness, the story, everything came through, even if they were just singing about each other.
Yeah, I would. It's so many funny moments between them.
Yeah.
I think honestly though, it is so funny that I just said I didn't like all the VFX. Yet my favorite scene, besides obviously like For Good, was the most heavily VFX scene, which is No Good Deed Goes Unpunished. Like literally the way Cynthia made that song her own.
Yes.
Ugh. It was like that was
I almost wanted just to spend more time in
that castle and then let her I think that's where it comes with the pacing. It was almost too fast.
I agree.
Like I didn't feel like and the pacing didn't slow down until the end.
Yeah.
And then there was this one moment that I absolutely freaking loved where he could have pulled away from them out on the either side of the door from each other. He could have pulled away and he lingered.
Yeah.
He lingered even when you thought, after he lingered, he was going to pull. He lingered again and it was heart-wrenching and you just let those two women act their asses off. And it was I was sobbing. I was like, oh my God, they just said they loved each other. It was like that, I think, like literally from the time like you heard the first notes of For Good, that's when I started crying, and then I was just like on and off crying for the rest of the film.
I think that's true. Yeah, I was a little bit worried. I feel like you're still, even right now, just thinking
I'm
about it a
thinking
little
about
bit.
It was like,
have you hydrated enough? Are you good?
Thank God I got water because I was like I think I was so focus and I was just trying to process, and there's so much you're taking in when you're watching this movie that you've been anticipating for so long. And so like I felt like I was almost just like wrenching my hands, and it was so nice to have those moments by Jeff Goldblum where he'd let you laugh, and these little moments from Ariana where you'd chuckle, like, and again the comedy that they found in their little beats, and even within kind of the pace that I felt like was too quick at the beginning, it reminded me, oh wait, Wicked is supposed to be fun, and I love this thing because it's fun, and it was fun. It was a fun ride. It was beautiful, the colors, and just, I mean, Jeff Goldblum really had some great moments in this movie, even more so than the last movie. I thought he was great, minus the weird VFX younger version of him at the end, where I think our audience audibly was like, like.
When it's like that scene, that moment in particular, just felt so like, why? Why do we need this? We don't need this. We know we have memory. We remember that from the first one. Did we really need to like use a weird younger VFX version of Jeff Goldblum to spell it out for the audience? No, they're not dumb. We didn't need to do that.
Can we talk about Jonathan Bailey?
Yes.
Like,
where do we want to start?
I don't know where to begin. I just arms, poofy shirt, pirate shirt.
Oh my God!
Chest hair. Yeah.
What's is the name of the song As Long As You're Mine?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, when he's got like that shirt just starting to unbutton, yeah,
sir,
I get it,
sir,
I get it,
sir. Also, the costumes again were just stunning and beautiful. Madame Morrible stuff was so cool.
Oh
with
my
all
God,
the different,
yeah.
like, weather effects, like it just like this movie is like.
Wait, I thought you moved right past Jonathan Bailey. I thought we were going to linger on him for a minute.
If I linger on him too much, I'm going to make my husband feel bad.
Well, all right, here's something that, again, spoilers. Scarecrow Jonathan Bailey.
I had no idea what the design was going to look like. I'll say this. I really liked the design of the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion.
I agree.
I thought...
Well, 2 out of 3 for me.
Oh, who did you not like?
Not a fan of the lion.
What?
I have issues with the lion.
You have issues with the
We'll come back
lion.
to the lion because I need to linger on Jonathan Bailey as the Scarecrow for a moment to say that I really appreciated the design where he did not. I honestly, having just watched Wizard of Oz and having personally felt like the fleshy canvas
Leatherface Scarecrow
thing, I was like half expecting some version of that. It was not that. I was not traumatized, so I'm happy that I wasn't traumatized.
You still saw the handsome Johnny.
I did. His eyebrows were a little weird to me, but I think it would have been really creepy without the eyebrows, so I guess I'm okay with that. I was happy with the design. I was scared. I was scared of what it might have been, and it was good.
Do you know what scared me in the best way? Ethan frickin' Slater
Oh my
as
God.
the oh my
See,
gosh.
All right, so that is
Props, man. You
strong
need to be
agree.
a villain.
Ethan, wonderful performance, character design fantastic, but story and character development to me with both Bach and Nessa they escalated too quickly for me where I did not see the justification behind their turn.
I almost wish at the beginning when like all the stuff was happening, I really liked how it kind of mirrored the first one with all the movement at the beginning. It said like 10 years later, 5 years later.
Oh God,
it
no,
gave
I would have hated that. They said it was a year later.
It was a year later?
I'm pretty sure they said 12 months later or something like that.
Oh, I missed that. And that escalated quickly then.
Yeah.
What? Really? A whole, only
years?
a year?
I
Only
heard
a
12
year?
something. I thought it was 12 months, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, there's no way it's longer than...
There's
Yeah.
no way Glinda waited 12 years before trying to marry Fiyero. That's
I
why I
agree.
know
Yeah,
it's not 12 years.
No, that's why I think it's 12 months. I think
Really?
it's 1 year, yeah.
That's wild.
I
That's
could
a
be
lot.
wrong.
That's a lot to happen in 12 months. And again, pace. I don't like. It's too fast.
Yeah.
It's too fast for the weight
Yeah.
that these emotions and these decisions are carrying. And I read the book. I don't remember if that's like the length of time it was, but
We'll check.
yeah.
We'll put some caption.
Is there any other moments that you didn't like before we can talk about all the things I was obsessed with?
Yeah,
Besides Jonathan Bailey, of course, and the character design.
I think we've touched on the main ones. I coming out of it, my thoughts were a little bit much on the VFX, the character development of Nessa and Bach. I'm blanking on the song name. The sexy one.
The sexy one?
Sexy song.
As long as you're mine. Yeah.
I agree though I think their singing was fine, and obviously they both looked good.
They did. I mean,
but I agree.
yeah.
The way that scene was directed, I didn't love.
I have
I
another.
think those are
I have another qualm.
Oh, okay.
I almost forgot about this, but I got to talk about it, especially because we just watched The Wizard of Oz, which was I'm so happy we did that now that we did this, because fact check, they showed Dorothy chucking the frickin'
They half showed.
They showed her attacking the witch with the water bucket, where that is not factual. What happened was the witch lit Fiyero on fire, and Dorothy, to help put out the fire for Fiyero, her friend the Scarecrow, tossed the water bucket on the Scarecrow, and residual water gets on Elphaba, and then that is what makes her melt. This was not an attack by a child from Kansas.
As much
She
as,
did not. She did not mean to murder the witch.
I mean, they are kind of. They are different worlds, and it would have been amazing if they were like just so spot on that they were together. But yes, there are some variations. My biggest variation was clearly they did not cast the right Karen Terrier, because that Karen Terrier in Wicked for Good needed a leash. You know who didn't need a leash? OG Toto. No. OG Toto never had a leash. He was a champ. He was like, yeah, direct me. I got this.
I'm going to dodge
performer.
these skips and this asbestos
This Toto
snow.
had a leash. Why did he need a leash? Was he not a trained professional?
Obviously not. I didn't even think he looked like a Karen Terrier to me.
Right? What if he wasn't?
That was like the one time I think you and I both broke out of it, and we both looked at each other like, why does Toto have a leash on? That doesn't make sense.
All right, we've been negative Nancy's. Are you ready to move to positives?
I just want to make sure I hit all the things.
We can come back to it. I have another thought I want to share, but
okay, share.
Not yet. I want to move to positive.
Okay, let's move to positive, because it's like 12:15 a.m.
Yes.
Let me just tell you, that's the time we got back from the movie. We went to see it later than we anticipated, but we saw it. We're here.
night.
We're doing it. We're drinking uncaffeinated tea. Woo!
Yep. Highlights for you. Let's just start with like favorite musical number. It might be hard to pick one. Favorite musical numbers.
No Good Deed.
Yeah.
Oh, No Good Deed and obviously For Good.
For
For Good was beautifully done and beautifully directed.
Really were the standouts in terms of like there's a lot of expectations and they met, maybe exceeded those expectations.
I also really, really, really loved Wonderful. And I loved that they brought Ariana Grande into it. I thought it was such a smart move to bring Glinda to fill those gaps of understanding like why she was, so confused and how she was just trying so hard to bring Elfie back.
Yeah.
And she's like, if you just talk to him, just say you're sorry. And she came back and she was like, yay, I did this. Okay, great. I'm going to go get married.
Yeah.
And then when she goes get married, neither of those two go to the wedding and the wedding starts without the wizard or Elfa. That
should have been a warning sign. That should have been a warning sign for her.
That was weird. Also, she got into that dress. She got ready real quick. That was a real quick turnaround.
Magic.
I guess so. I didn't think she had it, but I guess she does.
I think the other musical number that I do want to touch on, because correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a new one, is The Girl in the Bubble.
I didn't like either of the new songs.
Oh, wait, sorry.
No Place Like Home and Girl in the Bubble. And I'm sorry, I did not like either of the new songs. I wanted to so bad. I think I kind of liked No Place Like Home, but I did not like either of them. Like, I don't even remember how they go.
I will say...
And I'm shocked because Stephen Schwartz is like...
Oh, did he write them too?
Yes!
Really?
Yes!
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then K-Pop Demon Hunters came along and they're going to take that Oscar from him and I feel really bad.
I mean, I really like the idea of No Place Like Home. I think that's a great concept. Let's make a song about No Place Like Home because Wizard of Oz, tap your feet together, say there's no place like home.
I also really... No, I totally got that.
You just moved right past that.
No, but I think the thing about that song that really hit me emotionally is, like, it's the idea of, even though nobody accepts you or wants you here, it's your right to have your home here.
Yes.
Because there's no... And I thought, like, I've never really seen a song explore that, of, like, nobody wants you here, but this is your home, too. And unless you stay and fight because there's no place like your own home and you belong here too. And I just really I liked the message behind it.
Yeah.
It just, it didn't click for me.
Yeah.
Maybe on a couple re-listens, I'm going to,
yeah,
like
I'm sure as time goes on upon further reflection. I will say though, the other thing that I want to touch on Girl in the Bubble though, because I agree that the song itself was fine. I really like the way it was shot, though, actually.
It was beautiful.
I think the set design, the choreography, and just the way that the camera kept moving through her reflection around herself, I thought was really nicely done.
In the bubble.
She was in the bubble. So I think that was a scene that stood out to me in terms of at least the directing, the performance, and everything. Agreed, song could have maybe been a little bit better, but I really liked that sequence, at least.
I also really, really loved the use of sprinkling in little reprises from the songs from the first movie, like Popular and The Wizard and I and Defying Gravity. They sprinkled in new versions of reprises for those that were so well done, and it was so good to hear those, little ditties again. And I just really, really appreciated that as a way to kind of remind us all where we came from in the first movie and who these characters are, but they have grown now.
Yeah.
Slightly.
So I have something I need to share.
Uh-oh.
And that is For Good. Such a beautiful scene.
Yes.
Great song.
Yes.
Really well done. Really well performed in every way. Mm-hmm. But I could not get something out of my head during it.
Uh-oh.
And that is, we started that scene with Elphaba shouting down into her dungeon.
Give me the shoes!
To Dorothy. So literally, while they're singing this beautiful song, I just couldn't stop thinking about, you have a child locked up in your basement, girl. Let that child out.
Have you not seen those memes of like the old movie where Dorothy is like crying next to the hourglass, and it's like, and then they have like For Good like playing lightly, and they're like, while Dorothy thinks she's
Oh my
slowly
God,
dying,
no.
these two are just having they're so funny because over the Judy Garland, it's hilarious.
Really? I
It's
have not
so
seen that. That would be amazing.
funny. I also really, really loved how much Ariana Grande leaned into hating Dorothy. It was hysterical. And I get it. The humanity of it is that this little girl's coming on the scene and getting more attention than me. And
I wouldn't say it came off as her hating. She referred to it, let the poor girl out. Like things like that.
No,
like it's like, come on,
but like
come on.
I just thought it was so funny.
Wait,
And
Ari or Cynthia?
Ari.
Really? I didn't get hate from
Dodo,
her.
say bye, Dodo. Like just like giving no fucks about Dorothy. And like it was very funny to me. I also loved, and I hate to say it, but the scene after Nessa died when they're just full on fighting and making
Oh my
fun
God,
of
that
each
was
other.
great. Yeah.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
So funny.
Well, and also just like the build there with like a slap, comedic beat, slap back, comedic beat, escalation.
Like
it
audible
was
gasps
really well
in the theater
built.
where like they're like, oh my God, they actually hit each other.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like thinking, oh, we're just gonna let Glinda have her moment and slap Elphaba, and like, you feel better? Yes. Ba-bam! Like, and it was like, oh shit, she just had her back.
Yeah.
And then like them making fun of each other. It was just that character development and letting it breathe and seeing these
Yes.
beats for these characters. It was so good. So good. I love that.
Yeah. I realized something we moved past.
Uh-oh. Jonathan Bailey again?
No, the lion.
Yes.
I thought Coleman Domingo was so underutilized.
I agree.
Like, what did he have? Maybe 2 lines? And like, sure, they were good. They were well delivered, but like, I guess I just would have liked maybe a little more lion. And I also will say,
Why didn't you like the lion?
it just looked so CG.
But you also loved the
I
OG
loved the OG
lion.
lion.
You
And he
loved
just,
the OG
like,
lion.
the performance of that guy in The Wizard of Oz had so much heart. And it just worked so well for me that this full CG version did not speak to me. Even with a good Coleman Domingo voice behind it, it just felt too fake to me.
I just thought about something that I wanted to see that I didn't get to see that
Ooh.
I'm frustrated about.
What's that?
I wanted to see the scene where Fiero and Elphaba plan out faking her death.
Oh, really?
I wanted to see that scene.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, I did, because I felt like that is like
They don't plan. That's not in the show, though.
Yes, it is. They do plan her death.
They plan it, but like you don't see it.
No, I
really.
know, but that's why you make a longer movie and you give me that context.
No, I don't want that.
I want it.
That's one of my favorite things about the show.
Is when you see them come up out of the thing.
Yes, is like the little Easter, like her in the movie, for example, her filling the bucket with water and like just leaving it conveniently there. Like the little things that kind of like set it up. This old dungeon, it's full of secret passages, or this old castle, it's full of secret passages. Things like that, where at the end it is a reveal. I want that reveal. I don't want to see the planning.
I know, but like it's like if you've seen the show and the show's been out for so long, you know that she lived, or maybe
this
even,
movie was very clearly not.
Or just
for people,
do
like,
the flashback then. Do the flashback as he's like lifting her up of like,
what?
okay,
No,
so you're
I'm
gonna,
sorry. That's no. I am totally disagreeing
Fine,
with you here.
that's fine.
This
You
movie
can
had
disagree
enough
with me.
goddamn flashbacks. We did not need more flashbacks. We needed fewer flashbacks.
Okay, I swear to God, if you have an issue with the last shot flashback, I'll punch you in the face. We're getting a divorce. That was genius.
So, I
that
have a
was
question for you.
genius at the end to do the whispering.
I thought I agree. I really liked that. That was one of the only quote unquote flashback scenes that I liked. And here's why I say quote unquote. I don't think that was real. I think that whole scene. Think about the timeline. When would that have happened?
When they were at school.
You mean when Glinda was best friends with Bowen and what's her name?
No, but there was like time.
There was literally like no time in the first movie for that to happen. Cynthia's hair does not match the way it was in the first movie either.
You don't think that was real?
I don't think that was real, and I like it better that way. I
Okay.
think that is an imagined world where they are together, and it's kind of their escape. I could be wrong about this.
And it's what
Check the
Nessa said of
tapes, you
I
know?
just wish we could go back to how it was. That like it's like an
their
extension of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like
okay. I
the
like
way
that. I like
you
that.
nostalgize. Is that a
You
word?
nostalgia?
Nostalgize it.
Yeah, it's a way nostalgia works in your mind. Okay,
Yeah.
I see that.
And so I actually really liked that flashback. And yes, I totally agree. The ending with the poster was great. I thought that was, well done.
It gutted me. It gutted me.
Yes.
I think that again, I can't get over when they tell each other they love each other, and she closes the door and he
agree.
lingers
I agree.
on that shot of them both just like fucking losing it,
So-
cursing, and I should not.
It's okay. Would you say that was your coziest moment from the movie?
I don't know if I would call that my coziest moment because it really was like it wrecked me. I think honestly, I think my coziest moment is when they were singing Wonderful and they both sat on that broom together.
Yeah.
And I remember I was so confused in the trailers. I was like, what is this? What are they like, what would even bring it? But that, you see the hope in Glinda. They both have hope again.
Yeah.
In that moment. And also like they're reliving like, oh, what if things were different in Defying Gravity, right? What
Yeah.
if you did choose, if we chose different or we made this work? And they're both hopeful in that moment that it is going to work and the tides are going to change and they're going to be able to work together and do the good that they want to do together. And so that was such a cozy moment for me to see them like that, and then to see the little dance replays and stuff. So I think that was the coziest moment. I absolutely loved For Good. I absolutely loved No Good Deed. But again, I don't know if those were cozy to me. No Good Deed was powerful and amazing, and For Good just was like, it just was heart-wrenching in the best way.
For Good definitely had some coziness to it.
It did, especially at the beginning of Look at Me, like how they see me, like like that, and you see them looking at each other, and then it's like, and I have so many friends.
Yeah.
So there's definitely cozy there too. Yeah. So what about you? What is your coziest?
I mean, honestly, I feel like this is a bit of a weird choice. It's their fight. Like, I just thought that was so, it felt like they kind of broke into school era Glinda and Elphaba again for a moment. And like,
That was loathing.
but like loathing, but with still like a little bit more affection than they did when they sang Loathing. It felt almost like we're mad at each other. We're going to have this release, but we still really care about each other. And I just really enjoyed that fight scene. It was a great cozy moment, even though, her sister just died and shit's about to go down. It was still the whole movie. That's like the whole movie, not a lot of cozy moments. So
Yeah, a lot less cozy than movie one, for sure.
For timing reasons, I'm going to ask you what your marshmallow rating is too.
My marshmallow rating is 8.
Okay.
Maybe 9.
Okay.
It just, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I loved so many of the choices. There were so many things I did like, but again, it was so much darker than the first one. And I'm sad it's over.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
I agree.
It's sad it's done.
Yeah.
I'm going to get sad. I'm going to cry.
It's okay.
I cried at the end because it's like, it was all of a sudden this release of like these 2 years and watching, credit to, because it feels like we've been on this incredible journey too with Cynthia and Ariana. And so to see these two women in the press, we've watched their friendship grow. We watched how hard they worked for these roles. They've had so much success in both these movies, and you've seen them grow close with with the rest of the cast. It's been so magical to just witness. And so to finally, it's and such a build up and anticipation, and it's this release and it's done. And I'm so happy it's done because it was so great to get to see the finale. But I'm also, it's just kind of like, it's sad now that it's done, because we'll never have, Wicked like this. And again, the anticipation. What was your marshmallow rating?
I'm going to give it 7 marshmallows.
Okay.
So similarly, a little bit less than the first one, but still reasonably cozy. It's just, I think a couple rewatches over the years will help me to have more formed thoughts on it, but initially I just had a few more issues with this movie.
Yeah. Everybody's allowed to have their own opinion. At the end of the day, kudos. I'm so happy for that cast, that crew. Amazing job. And I'm excited to see what it does during award season and all that stuff. And go see it. I can't wait to see it again.
Yes. I will say, it's in theaters now, and it's worth seeing in theaters.
Yeah, we saw it in IMAX.
Yeah, and it was great.
Elfie flew. Wow.
Any other thoughts you want to share?
I might start crying again. I think it's a combination of the emotional toll this is all taken on me, as well as the fact that it's 12:30 a.m.
Yes.
And we are sitting here recording a podcast, and I have a witch's hat on.
This is our life.
This is our life.
Well.
What tea are we drinking?
We are drinking a tea called Magical Powers from Cliché Teas.
Can I just say something, though? We just picked this randomly. We're going to pick a tea that kind of has a name that somewhat goes with Wicked, but is caffeine free because it's 12:30 a.m.
Yes.
And I dunk the tea bag into the hot water, and it's green, and the package is pink. And I'm like, what are the odds? Because pink goes so well with green.
Totally.
Shall we slurp it?
Do it.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what's in it first?
It's an herbal tea with lemon myrtle, butterfly pea, and stevia leaf.
It kind of reminds me of the sleepy time tea a little bit.
Yeah, it is a nice end of day tea, I feel like.
It's very lemony.
Even though technically it's already the start of tomorrow.
Good morning, and welcome to Talk Cozy to Me. We haven't slept.
Nope. But yes,
I'm an
good
emotional
tea.
wreck.
Magical Powers is a great tea when you're an emotional wreck and you need something soothing.
Yes.
Well, if you enjoyed this episode, have a look at our socials. We are at Talk Cozy to Me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. While you're at it, leave us a comment, leave a rating, leave a review, tell your friends about us. Just engage with us because we like to hear from you. We want to know what you thought of Wicked.
Don't come for us because we didn't weren't obsessed. I have to say, I am Wicked obsessed. I freaking love this franchise. I love everything about it. But it is fair to be obsessed, but to still see things that you might not have loved. But kudos again and congratulations to the cast and crew. Don't come for me.
Yes. Everyone on it did an amazing job.
Yes.
Everyone is lovely people.
Yes.
At least we think that. But what do you think?
Do you know what? I have to say this because when John M. Chu told me that you better wait for Wicked, the next one for good. Damn, you weren't wrong, man. You were not wrong. But until next time, you guys, I hope you have been changed for good. And I hope you stay cozy. Bye-bye.